The idea was to take Howard Tullman, who I had heard speak in Chicago at the Ideas Conference last spring, and get him to present sort of his views on technology and particularly social media to our portfolio companies with a side benefit of getting a lot of our portfolio companies together where they could network and we could begin to foster some of those synergies that create a lot of value both for each individual company but also across the portfolio. And so we brought Howard in. I think it was a really interesting evening. I know I learned a lot. I hope the companies did also. And we hope to do it again next year.
The biggest change that Facebook has made in our lives is that you pretty much have to be who you are now. And that was a major change, and it has huge implications for privacy, but more importantly, it has huge implications for marketing and the ability to identify and attach ridiculous amounts of highly personalized information to the population that we're targeting.
Howard gave us a laundry list of experiments being done that is so long and so amazing and so guaranteed to change the world that we're going to go into a fundamentally different era, and it's going to happen in education and everywhere else. And Howard just gave us this beautiful overview of how it's happening and where it's happening in some very, very unlikely ways.
He accessed a lot about retail today, obviously specifically being driven by e-com, but more importantly about the interaction dealing with Facebook and with Twitter is just a small portion of it. The sites that he showed today, I say half of them I never even heard of, frankly. Okay, and what's going to be more important is that more and more people are opening sites. Okay, you can take in terms of some of the portfolios that you have here at Great Oaks, like ZipFit, Denim, Warby Parker, Bombfell. All these players are going to need to have access to the customers. Okay, and they're going to be able to get more and more information about their shopping patterns, okay, and that's going to allow them to be more successful.
So we're here because we just closed our seed round with Great Oaks 2 days ago. So we're officially their portfolio company. So we were here to check the event. Also, we really enjoyed Howard's talk because he was talking about the importance of that real estate that nobody has figured out. And it was very relevant to us because that's exactly what we're doing. We're putting ads and coupons on your smartphone lock screen and paying users to unlock your phone. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it was really relevant how he touched on the targeting aspect. You have your social targeting coming from Facebook, the social graph. I mean, it's one of the areas that we're thinking about leveraging and trying our best to take that information, target it real time, looking into really the social sign-on aspect of it. I mean, I found his insight to be incredibly helpful, giving us another way to look at the whole space.
Fundamentally, look, my goal is we're turning out thousands of students. They're going to work in these new digital industries, and the higher the degree of awareness about what the digital opportunities are, the better it is for my students and for these industries. And some of these industries didn't exist 3 years ago, and there's going to be a whole lot that are going to exist going forward for a long time that we can't even imagine right now.
I think what Howard did is he's able to glue it all together. It's one thing to read, oh, here's a cool new tool or here's a cool new way to reach customers, but to hear Howard talk about it with his excitement, you're able to see how they all fit together in a new package to say, here's what the future of marketing is.
With his perspective, wearing so many different hats, he can really connect the dots in a way that many of the portfolio companies can't. We've got brilliant people, don't get me wrong, that we invest in, but they're relatively young. Howard has the benefit of time. And Howard wears so many hats that he can see the forest through the trees in a way that when you're living it every day, maybe you miss certain macro trends that are at play. So this was a chance to remind our portfolio companies and help them, sort of encourage them to think more deeply about some of the bigger issues driving the whole revolution in the economy driven by digital technologies.